Mars in ninth house. The planet Mars is a well-known potent celestial presence which holds a lot of vigor, for which it appears both positive as well as negative at different times. The placement of Mars in the ninth house would bring a strong core to the person, as making him a truly dynamic personalities with birth. The natives of this placement of Mars in ninth house would be truly strong from the core, for which they would carry enough self-belief to triumph over the world, but it could be at extreme at times, which could be quite harmful at some places. They are full of ideas and are efficient enough to express them as well, but these people should avoid compelling their perception over others and should also listen to those around them. These people having Mars in ninth house carry dominating personalities with a blend of vivacious persona, for which they are liked and followed by many around, but they lack the patience in their approach and could become very restless at times when things doesn't move according to them, as they are not much flexible in their attitude though adaptable to variant surroundings. These natives will prefer to have companions of lively and interesting personalities. The natives of this placement are born explorers who would take risks of unveiling lurked arenas and bringing out new ways. There is no place of fear in their mind. Besides this, they are lovers of traveling and strong belief upon spiritual and philosophical aspects as well. These people could also be seen as being involved in sports arena. The ninth house is ruled by planet Jupiter, who shares a friendly relation with the planet Mars, as making this placement quite auspicious for bringing positive results to the natives. This placement would be like a divine blessing for the people born under this. The native's brother's wife would be fortunate for the person, and the native would receive truly positive results and great happiness at home if he or she would stay in a joint family, as keeping all the brothers near. They would have equal number of brothers to her father's brothers. The natives of this placement of Mars in ninth house would reach great heights upon land, and that is in a very early age, as they are perceived to attain powerful administrative places till the age of 28 octoskins. He or she would be fortunate enough to attain great profits, especially in the trade of things associated with warfare. They would possess good respect and wealth upon land and are believed to lead a good life, though there would be some obstacles in the path. The natives of this placement having Mars in ninth house should pay respect and services to the elders and especially to brothers, and should pay honest services to the brother's wife. These natives having Mars in ninth house should keep their belief upon their culture and primitive beliefs and should follow them, as it would be very beneficial for them. They should confer rice, milk and jaggery at sacred places of worship. Mars in Libra. Libra is a movable air sign governed by Venus. Mars and Venus share a neutral relationship. Mars is masculinity and fire, while Venus is femininity and water, but their energies together form a balanced personality. People born with Mars in Libra are charming, generous and gregarious. They are usually the crowd's favorite. They are quite affectionate in nature and like to help others. They have strong communication skills along with the power to persuade others. They are often good at settling arguments. When Venus is in Libra, it makes the native overly compromising, but in this case, natives tend to keep a balanced temperament. Sometimes, they can be aggressive and at others quite calm and peaceful. Mars in Libra also gives a strong penchant for arts and beauty. Such people, however, are more inclined towards emotional satisfaction than physical passions. They are romantic, but their sexual drive is low. In fact, these are spiritually inclined, God-fearing people. They do well in business and wish to spend a luxurious lifestyle. They spend excessively. They are quite cooperative in relationships and are more interested in making friends than foes. Third Lord in the ninth house. When the third Lord is placed in the ninth house, the person determined in ideals. If the planet in good dignity, then the native goes on long-distance adventures, works diligently, ultimately wins through success as lecturer, an early education, teacher, engage in short and long-distance traveling, good travel agent, get success as writer, publisher, salesperson and advertiser. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person struggles to achieve high states of knowledge and spiritual development, problems with legal matters, lack of luck, conflicts with parents, struggles in higher education, problems in overseas and during lengthy travels. 10th Lord in the 9th house. The person is fortunate in career. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person give high-level career with abundant favor and blessings from gurus. The person oriented towards higher education, philosophy, religion, ethics and healing of the spirits, long-distance traveling jobs often for spiritual purpose. The person can be publisher, lawyer, justice of the courts. Parents plays a role in the person's career. The person follows a hereditary profession or that of a preacher, teacher or a healer. The person will be a dutiful child and do many charitable deeds. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person is dependent on parents to support him or her. It is very easy that person loses their initiative. Mars in 10th house. The planet Mars or Mars is a well-perceived strong and powerful presence in the astrological arena whose presence bestows the potency to the natives. The placement of Mars in 10th house would bring dominating and strong place to the natives in the professional as well as social arenas. The people born with Mars in their 10th house would put much of their hard work and endeavor to reach the high mounts, besides which they would be truly determined in their professional arena. They know their path well and would sincerely put all the steps upon their path of career. They are believed to attain success quite early in life. They crave higher position and only depend upon themselves for the same. They possess great management abilities along with a political mind. They are born to lead their professional enclosure, for which they will carry a potent personality to their workplace and would not stay in subordinate positions for long. They would be blessed with good fame from the very little age, even if they would not have done much, and they will be happy for the same. These natives having Mars in 10th house would possess only few good relations around, as they would rule over the rest and won't be friends with everyone around, while besides they could have some foes at workplace for being quite harsh in their attitude at times. These people don't require freedom at work, neither they would give liberty to others, but superiors should not be strict towards them, as that will bring negative of them, while believing upon them would bring out worthy results. They are serious personas who would rarely have fun in their workplace. The natives of this placement having Mars in 10th house would acquire great wealth and success, as her life would explicitly show the growth and development in life picture. Besides this, if Ketu, Rahu, Venus or Moon gets placed over the second bhava, then it would reduce the benefic impacts to somewhat extent, while the placement of any friendly planet in the third house would also bring adverse impacts in this placement of Mars in 10th house. The placement of Saturn in third house would bestow great wealth and prosperity, as further enhancing the positive impacts of Mars. The natives of this placement of Mars in 10th house are advised not to sell their ancestral treasury ever in life. Besides this, they should never let the milk come over the fire while boiling it. They are advised to keep a pet at home and to help one-eyed and childless people, as it will bring them great benefits. Mars in Scorpio. This is where Mars feels at home, but not as much as in Aries. Since Lord of Scorpio is Mars itself, this is a strong position for the native. People with Mars in Scorpio tend to be strong-minded, self-driven and disciplined people. These natives rely on their own efforts for success and rarely depend upon others. Their energy level is super high, both mental as well as physical. They are not outspoken though, and can be secretive at times. Their attraction towards the opposite sex is quite strong. There is also a streak of jealousy in their behavior, especially concerning love relationships. They can sometimes be overly possessive of their partner. Mars in Scorpio always remember the wrong done to them. They never forget a betrayal. In fact, they tend to touch extremes. You can expect them to be either the most loyal friend or the worst enemy. They are quite strong mentally, and plan their moves with caution, leaving no room for repentance or forgiveness. However, they sometimes take quick decisions based on instincts, which backfires. This tendency should be avoided to have a smooth life. Overall, Mars in Scorpio turns out to be an average position for a native. Third Lord in the 10th house. When the third Lord is placed in the 10th house, the person have career of self-expression. If the planet in good dignity, then the native is good finance and career development, career in writing, lecturing, sales, computers, communications, internet, or expressive arts such as dancing, acting, or music, good at instructing and giving seminars, works well as with hands and have short distance traveling related with career. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person puts too much efforts into career, siblings create problems in works, difficulty in success in writing, editor, acting, artist, musician, public speaker, and salesperson. Feels exhausted due to too much traveling around nearby. 10th Lord in the 10th house. The person is full in career. If the planet is in good dignity, then the person has career which on the level of king or top of executive, highly respected and honored at workplace. Generous and get fame due to work. The person can handle large projects and can lead large group of people, team leader, works on politics, get success in government, or with large corporations. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person will have no self-respect. The person will be a dependent all his life. He will be fickle-minded, may trapped in government jobs, not capable in hard work and overly dependent on others in career areas, knee injuries at career place, no structure in career field. Mars in 11th house. The planet Mars or Mars is one of the most potent presence in the celestial arena and leaves strong impacts upon the astrological places. The arrival of Mars in the 11th house would bestow the native with strong and dominant stature in the social arena and with good wealth to lead a good life. The natives of this placement of Mars in 11th house would stand upon strong in the social circle and would be truly involved in groups, while for most of the times either they would be leading the whole group or playing a very significant part within. They would be good organizers and managers and would be the givers of best efforts and hard work. But they are independent attitudes who could appear harsh at times, for which they won't possess very deep relations around. The natives of this placement of Mars in 11th house would be very determined towards their aspirations and goals and would give all the required efforts for the same, which in general takes them towards success in their path. These natives having Mars is 11th house are advised to stay calm and cooperative in their social and professional arena, as their difficult and harsh attitude could be a reason for their hurdles at times. The 11th house gets impacted with the planet Jupiter and Saturn, which shares a pleasant relation with planet Mars, and so on. This placement of Mars in 11th bhava would provide positive impacts upon the native's life. Besides this, if Jupiter gets exalted in the horoscope placements, it would further enhance the positive results of this combination. The natives of this placement would be truly courageous and strong from inside. The natives of this placement should never sell her ancestral treasury and property, and should keep an earthen pot filled with cinder or honey within the house arena. Mars in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a dual fire sign, ruled by the sage Jupiter. Mars and Jupiter are friends with each other, so position of Mars in Sagittarius turns out quite positive for the native. Jupiter relates to luck, fortune and expansion, while Mars is energy, ambition and passion. Jupiter lessens the negative energy of Mars and makes the native mentally strong and wise. People with Mars in Sagittarius tend to famous in their life. They have a strong sense of justice. They have unique philosophical convictions, and when it comes to standing for their beliefs, no one can win an argument with a Mars in Sagittarius person. They are, however, at times reluctant to hear others' opinions. They are highly skillful in areas such as communication, writing and fine arts too. These native are courageous beings, with a strong liking for the outdoors. They want to enjoy freedom in their life. They like to wander freely and take up new adventures. These people hate to work in monotonous situations. Movement is what keeps them going, even if on a mental level. These natives become great teachers, ministers, and family priests. They also tend to practice abstract meditations and have an exceptional knowledge of religious scriptures due to the influence of Jupiter. Third Lord in the 11th house. When the third Lord is placed in the 11th house, the person profits from efforts. If the planet is in good dignity, then the native's efforts provide opportunities, friendly nature, good communication ability, work diligently to fulfill desire, siblings help create good cash flow and profits. Gets benefits from artistic pursuits such as writing, acting, music, etc., and fulfills needs for adventures and excitements. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person struggle for get money, not able to handle money. Siblings create problems in cash flow, loss opportunities due to siblings, disease of ears, neck, upper back, arms, and hands. Partners struggle to bear children. 10th Lord in the 11th house. The person gets many opportunities in career. If the planet in good dignity, then the person has good income, high status, works with people of renown, elder siblings help them in their career, inspirational speaker, very honorable person, and has a good group of friends and well connected with people. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person have friends will turn enemies and cause him every sort of hardship and worry. The person wrong thinking and have friends and elder siblings which are not helpful. They may harm the career of the person. Elder siblings becomes dependent and needs support from them. They also lack of motivation and depressive attitude towards growth of the life. Mars in 12th house. The planet Mars is one of the potent planets, providing great strength and dominance to the native and bringing good heights to the person. The placement of Mars in the 12th house would keep the person strong from inside, and he or she would lead a quiet, stable path ahead and would have a balance in between the expenses and expenditure. The natives of this placement having Mars in 12th house are courageous enough to walk alone and are not at all dependent people, besides which they believe in keeping their desires and work secret. These people won't share many intimate and friendly relations around, as there will be only few closer to them, besides which, they could also appear harsh and aggressive at times. They are very much reserved in their attitude. The people born with Mars in 12th house would lack at the self-belief at times and could turn negative, for which they need to motivate themselves and to be strong from inside. Failures could affect them very intensely, besides which they could feel defeated and tired at times. The people around them could also be the reason for their mental weakness, as their environment could be somewhat negative. The natives of this placement of Mars in 12th house would work hard behind the scenes and could also confront blames for something they are not responsible for. On the other part, they are strong from inside and would come to know their strength when they would become somewhat mature in life. Their family and loved ones should always encourage and motivate them. The placement of Mars in 12th house of Jupiter would provide pleasant results for they being friendly in nature. Besides this house also gets impacted with the placement of Rahu, as could receive some malefic impacts. These natives should have honey in the morning before taking anything and should eat and serve sweets to other people around, as that will bring goodness in the life of these natives. Mars in Capricorn. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, but the lord of Capricorn is Saturn, and it shares an inimical relationship with Mars. Mars is unbridled energy and Saturn gives difficulties, so the person with Mars in Capricorn struggles to channelize their energy in the right direction. These natives tend to be harsh, inactive, and aggressive in nature. They are reserved in nature, especially in public places. They just cannot keep secrets and indulge in gossips too. This tendency often distances them from their loved ones and relatives. They are quite strong mentally and physically, but they lack in emotions required to spark up life and build relationships. Their hard work and determination is not rewarded immediately. While they struggle with emotional involvement and expression, they do well in professional area of their life. They tend to realize their career ambitions, which are often driven by their strong urge for material possessions and comforts. These people tend to serve others, than start something of their own. This placement overall deprives the person of key virtues to be emotionally satisfied. Third Lord in the 12th house. When the third Lord is placed in the 12th house, the person puts effort for enlightenment. If the planet in good dignity, then the native travels on pilgrims, seeks spiritual destiny, writer about spiritual matters, siblings take spiritual path, and efforts are more successful in foreign land. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the siblings expect too much or be dependent, spends too much time in seclusion, jealous, lack of vision, poor artistic skill, weak in communication, siblings get sick, and problems with shoulder, neck, arms and hands. 10th Lord in the 12th house. The person have career of liberation. If the planet in good dignity, then the person becomes a spiritual seeker, have career in spirituality, healing, foreign jobs, hospitals and clinics, may volunteer in educational, spiritual or humanitarian organization. May work in isolated places like correctional institutions, very generous, self-sacrificing, focused in enlightenment, does well in foreign business and foreign people. If the planet is not in good dignity or weak, then the person lack in comforts and face many difficulties in life. He will be separated from his family and wander about without success. He will indulge in bad career and other nefarious activities. The person causes sorrow to his family and relatives and not able to sleep or enjoy themselves due to job-related worries and stress. When the 10th Lord in 6th, 8th and 12th house, it is known as the yoga. This yoga affects the professional and finances life of the person.